Yo, Miguel.
What?
Predictions on this month
Oh god.
of March.
It's not even gonna actually happen. It's gonna fly by.
Yo, Miguel.
Just take out this slack, okay? This last piece here, and this is like a little area for a timestamp.
My vlog.
Dramatic speech and emotional expression show and labile emotions. Center of attention. Inflated sense of self. Lacks empathy. Often demands the best and reacts to criticism with rage, answer, defensiveness. I mean, I do demand the best, but I don't react to criticism with rage and defensiveness. That's just mean.
Hey guys, this is fourth year Dr. Amor. So one thing I already told you guys at the beginning is just trying to like organize all of this stuff, and I have like this entire list of stuff. I don't know if you guys can see that or not, but to give the basic laydown, the question I had to ask myself for this one specifically was like, what was all of this footage about? You know, what was the important part of March specifically? One thing you guys are going to see over and over again as a recurring theme throughout this vlog is there is a lot of dancing and wellness activities kind of incorporated into this massive vlog that I had to go ahead and break apart for you guys. I cannot reiterate enough of how important this activity that I picked up back in October with the dance team was important for me moving forward. There was a large amount of potential mental anguish. I hate to be the drama queen there. There was a lot that I was kind of thinking about in the future, and I needed to find a way to make sure that I was able to proceed forward with these studies with a clear mind, and I knew dance was going to be the way to go ahead and do that. Other important things like working out, and of course, you know, because it gets stressful, there's some bad decisions that you make, whether it's your diet.
Hi, can we go ahead and place a pickup order for dine-in?
So during the month of March, this is the last ACS session that we're going to have. We are wrapping up the neurology exam, and you guys can kind of see what exactly we studied here. Are you sad to see us go?
Yes, very sad.
Show me your actual saddest face.
That's all I got. So cranial nerve 1, obviously you can't test, so cranial nerve 2 is what? You don't have to ask that if they're seeing you don't need to do that.
It's just crazy to think about the fact that my time in ACS and POM is now over, and we're going to transition to the clinical setting now. At this time, I remember I was like super excited to be done, but also super scared because we're going to be executing all of this stuff in less than 5 months, and it's almost, that didn't feel real, that like
Steering my finger.
this, you know, classroom stuff was going to be applied in a clinical setting. Something as big as like being a, you know, a student doctor in the hospital in 5 months. It's kind of scary, but at this time, you know, it was time to me to take kind of the leap of faith to say, hey, you know, here's your graduation sticker. You're ready for this, and, you know, learn to appreciate the stuff that we did. And of course, we had time to sit down with our mentors, talk about our strengths, talk about our weaknesses, and I was able to give, you know, my feedback about why I enjoyed this course so much and preparing me forward in my career. One last thing, of course, is like right around this time, man, I just remember everyone knows that the USMLE Step 1 is right around the corner. Preparing for that was very scary. Everyone's stressed about the registration, worried about the studying. So the faculty and staff held a lecture to go and help us out with that. And I can see why doing all of these fun things was really important for me. I mean, you guys know yourselves, if somebody tells you making sure that like your life is in balance, you gotta do the things that you love, or else these other stressful things can catch up to you really quick. And it is definitely no different in medical school. It is actually super important. And then of course, with all this, stressful stuff and still more fun stuff that's going on in my life, there's still one more thing we gotta do, right? And that is finish up the rest of the material of our second year. Neurology and psychiatry is the last topic we gotta cover. Proceed forward with it and make sure we rock and roll so that come time for the Assembly Step 1, we have all the content we need and become a third year.
Probably about like that.
This person's presenting be kind of like a persistent depressive disorder with psychotic features.
Back to the topic of whether or not we give medication back to him. Get this door.
So the reward center is constantly flooded with a neurotransmitter called dopamine. They said, wait a minute, every other doctor has said, I'm a failure and I did this to myself and I don't have good willpower and I'm character flawed. But instead it's our job to tell them, hey, you're no different than anybody with diabetes, high blood pressure, asthma, right? None of those patients are doing perfectly in their regimen either, because we're all human. So bucket with some things in it, but
For all the times that I made you feel small, as if addiction was some character flaw.
Do that again, dude. Do that. All right. We've just got done with the lectures and stuff. Just got some packages, and a package I ordered from my mom about a month before Valentine's Day. I think it's like March 9th right now. It finally came in. Just now came in. I'm a little upset, man. I really wanted to surprise my mom with this, but you guys will see the magic of this. Okay. Me and Miguel tend to go to restaurants and stuff way early in the morning as a motivational factor to go ahead and wake up. Too early. Yeah, we're pretty tired, but yeah, well, on a serious note, this is what it's going to take to make sure that we stick on the sleep schedule. Got the coffee in hand, ready. It's a funny little story, guys. It's crazy to think me and Miguel were first originally coming here. We were sitting in this chair right here. September, we were doing microbiology Kaplan questions. And now we stand here today as men preparing for your step exam. You got all the knowledge you need to become a doctor, basically.
Oh, yeah, totally.
We're totally joking when we say that, guys. Of course not. But to treat a patient, good enough. Yeah, we might even be joking about that 2 years from now. I was supposed to get a lot of studying in today, but I did not expect my night to go this way. So I want to tell them that I'm not studying because it's your fault. Or it's my fault.
Partly my fault, but I'm gonna blame it on him. That's my style.
It hasn't changed.
That's all right. Take one for the team. Be a
Of
team
course
player.
I will. Are you kidding? This is the fun
What's the
night.
number one thing they teach you at medical school? You have to be a team player.
Oh god.
Wait, where's the butterfly court? I can't think of something.
Put everything away, have your coffee, your water, don't really need your phones, don't need anything for this.
I'll talk about it more after I'm done taking my nap. Okay, so it's definitely way past my nap time right now. I slept way longer than usual too. I slept for like 3 hours, which is bad. I woke up this morning for an event that was required. It was a lecture that was actually about substance use disorder, also known as SUD. You might see that sometimes if you're interested in psychiatry or addiction, among healthcare professionals. What they did today actually was there was a dentist. You know, what I really, really appreciated about this session is that it was raw. It wasn't something where, you know, they tried to go ahead and kind of sprinkle it with something that could be particularly nice or hide the truth. No, they completely went full in with this. As a matter of fact, like there was actually some really, really gruesome pictures. But on a more serious note, you know, just kind of like taking care of yourself with your health. It's always good to get a reminder about the stuff, that this stuff is real. But you had to give like a short wrap up of what they did. He was abusing for about 25 years. Here he is now kind of facing the repercussions of his actions, but he was an individual who trusted in the process of treatment and therapy and spirituality. And now here he is talking to us about his recovery journey and, you know, how we can go ahead and help spread the word and make sure that we understand this topic a little bit more. So lots of stuff has been going on, guys, but we're about to enjoy a dance course from Mrs. Do I pronounce it right? Kuropova?
Nope.
Damn it.
Hey.
Let's do it.
All right. Establish the connection in your basic first.
Before when you're mixing though, because that's too potent.
So welcome. You do not need your laptops. You do not need your cell phones. Please.
Okay, so as you guys saw again, there was another required session where we had to put away our phones and laptops. We had a required session that was only about 40 minutes. This is talking about gun safety, specifically in the pediatric population. One of the main things to definitely talk about is how much like we can do to go ahead and prevent that. So that was kind of the big topic. That it was supposed to be 2 hours, but it was only 40 minutes. For the next say like 2 hours or so, I got to bust out this VA paperwork from here from like 11:30 until 2 o'clock. I'll do that, and then 2 o'clock to 5 o'clock we have our last ACS session, which is basically just getting advice about clinical rotations and stuff. And so the rest of the VA stuff from there.
Kind of give you guys a brief orientation into what's going on for every different clerkship you guys are experiencing coming up next.
What's going on here?
Why is everybody going up?
Talking about the rotation schedule, it's a 6-week rotation in total, and you will be working with a psychiatry resident, and your job is to take a thorough HPI and present it and help them write the note.
Like already an expert at this, man. You didn't even know.
I did the
This to the top.
You slapped it. Say your answer. You already slapped the thing. You already slapped. You better say your answer.
I'm unslapping it.
You can't unslap. That's not how Jeopardy works. You hit the buzzer. You say your answer.
Way too many times for you. I forgot how the lyrics go. How? For you deserve to be alive. I think so. Just got an email from some of the SOC managers for this Saturday. Saturday morning, 8 a.m., which means, Brian, don't stay up late. For sure, like, we should set like a hard deadline. No matter what, we have to get those tickets by then. But for sure by April 1st. Like, that's the hard deadline.
Page 7, making progress.
Yeah, I like progress.
Guys, if I haven't told you already, it is Friday, March 13th today, and it's been a crazy day, guys. Oh my gosh. You know, I'm not just saying coronavirus, guys. Like, it's been other stuff. Somehow my account balance went from $10 to literally, guys, I'm not joking, negative 13 cents. Look at the time, it was 3:13. I don't know. I'm afraid what's gonna happen tonight. This shit's crazy.
We'll be okay.
Woo. I want to tell you guys kind of about the progression of this coronavirus on a serious note, because I never thought it would get this big, considering the fact I thought it was just a sketchy picture that causes the common cold. If you're asking, like, has this affected us a lot, I would argue yes, right? It's definitely, as far as like clinical
considering I went from literally having like 3 full weeks of work to do to literally having about an hour of work to do. I would say yes, it's affected.
The SOCs that I've been signing up for, like, they got canceled because of this. Flexibility is definitely a huge component within this next week. Our CBSE exam, where I thought it was going to be the 23rd, is now going to be pushed up to no later than the 20th. So starting next week now, that's when our test is going to be. I'm really sad that my Prince Royce concert got canceled. Like, legitimately sad. But as far as going down to Vegas, I think that's still something I got to do. I want to be able to take a break, at least before all this starts. There's a lot of big changes, probably a lot I haven't talked about, but we'll see. We'll see how everything goes.
Our age.
This is all we need, dude, to get through it. And toilet paper. Nothing. Hold up. Coronavirus.
God damn it.
Oh man. Like, nobody here.